Thasmin and Djarins podcast, the podcast that talks about Doctor Who and Star Wars, hosted by Lee Croddick. Welcome and hope you enjoy listening to this episode. Hello, welcome back to Thasmin and Djarins, the Doctor Who and Star Wars podcast. The tributes have been a popular topic on the podcast, and I hope you've enjoyed it, as it's something to bring some positivity to characters who are now no longer with us. Since it's been 11 years since my boy Peter the Gentleman Capaldi, yes, the gentleman, was announced as the 12th Doctor, I wanted to do a tribute to the 12th Doctor. He means a lot to me and he was so good. Let's begin 12's tribute. He was more darker than his predecessors, which made him unique. I like that he was given something new, as it's best to take a risk, which has been a theme for the last 11 years, starting with 12 and allow 13, 14 and 15 to continue the trend. I found him to be a gentleman. That's right, the gentleman, which you might have heard me mention on the podcast before, or on my Doctor Who channel. Mummy and Express, Husbands of River Song, and Finesse, etc. I talked about some of that on Doctor Who What Why. Link is in the description below if you want to see it in more detail. Helping out a lady at the TARDIS times two, and treating his wife well on Dream. It's sweet and adorable to see, and when the Doctor does it, it's good. I just think 12 handles it superbly. He was a fighter, stuck in a conviction down for 4.5 billion years. I understand his anger, and I will not go into a tangent, as this isn't the time, as I would normally do a little bit of a tangent. It's so endearing, and I feel so bad for him. Breaking out of that conviction down is such a heartbreak of a scene, and he's a fighter. I like the fact that he's good with children, like with Alec, who is one of my favourite child characters that 12 interacted with. The J baby moment is so wholesome, and the hug he gives when she's scared after nearly causing Bill to do something bad. There was a heart in 12, as he could be emotional at some points, like he was with River on Geranium when he shed that tear. When he lost Clara as well, that was a moment he was so broken. I think it's important to see him get upset and show his softer side, as his story was towards him being more vulnerable, especially later on in the series. I have a few favourite scenes of the 12th Doctor, which I'm going to talk about right now. As I mentioned before, it's got to be him breaking out of the confession doll, the pain, the hope, the final punch, personally, I think that's one hell of a bed. I love the whole thing, and I care for the guy so much. Geranium is beautiful. Poor 12 deserves the fairy bill, and so does River. The tears shed, the passion, the chemistry, it's all there. The final close-up is so beautiful and magical. Oh, I love them so much. Continuing the trend with Chris's special endings. When he gets his second chance with Clara, thanks to Father Christmas, I love that he convinces her with that speech and is adamant on her coming. And that shock when Clara kisses him on the cheek, I don't think he was expecting that. Being challenged by Lucy on what he knows about Harmisha is a unique moment, as Mr. Huffle feels pain when he isn't telling the truth. And he kind of is lying a bit in that scene. It's tension and emotional, especially on our Doctor's part, because he's not wanting to share. He's a private person. And at that point, the Doctor is still a very private person. His everything end speech is so beautiful, as I understand why he's just lost, as he's still suffering now. He said goodbye to River, and it's sad to see him in this way. His last stand is one of those moments where a wounded Doctor gets wounded again, and you see his fighter emerge as he blows up the Simon on 4057 and is caught in the blast. After he activates it, I remember listening to the track, and I was so in tears when I listened to it at that time. The Man That Stops the Monsters. One of the early 12 moments that I remember gave him a moment when he stops the bonus after he's been stuck in the TARDIS and it's reshrunk, and it's a big moment, and I love it. Our emotional Doctor says goodbye to Clara on Track Street. He's sad that he's going to lose her, and he puts on a brave face towards it, and he kisses her hand, which is a beautiful gesture. It's time for me to share some of my favourite 12 quotes, and also do it in a Scottish accent like he normally does. It might not be as clear as his, but I'll give it a try. I try to talk. I want you to remember that. I try to reach out. I try to understand you. But I think that you understand us perfectly, and I think that you just don't care. And I don't know whether you're here to invade, infiltrate, or just replace us. I don't suppose it really matters now. You are monsters. That is the role you seem determined to play. So it seems that I must play mine, the man that stops the monsters. I'm sending you back to your own dimension. Who knows, some of you may even survive the trip. And if you do, remember this. You are not welcome here. This planet is protected. I am the Doctor, and I name you the Boneless. No, you can't. They've been there for millions of years, through storms and floods and wars and time. No one really understands where the music comes from. It probably has something to do with those precise positions, the distance between both towers. Even the locals aren't sure. All anyone will ever tell you is that when the wind stands fair and the night is perfect, when you least expect it, but always when you need it the most. There is a song. If you think because she is dead that I am weak, then you understand very little. If you were any part of killing her, or you're not afraid, then you understand nothing at all. So for your own sake, understand this. I am the Doctor. I am coming to find you, and I will never, ever stop. Soul of time and another's face. Just send her in a blue box. Please, don't even argue. Between here and my office, before the killer wars, is everything that ever happened or ever will. Make your choice. Past or future. What's the point of being a doctor if I can't cure you? You can't see me, can you? You look at me and you can't see me. Do you have any idea what that's like? I'm not on the phone. I'm right here, standing in front of you. Please, just see me. I'm the Doctor. I lived for over 2,000 years, and not all of them were good. I've made many mistakes, and it's about time I did something about that. Would you like to think that about me? Would that make it easier? I didn't know if I could save her. I couldn't save Quill. I couldn't save Millhouse. There was a good chance that she'd die too, at which point I would just move on to the next and the next until I beat it. Sometimes the only choices you have are bad ones, but you still have to choose. The answer to my next question, which must be honest, cold, and said without kindness. Oh, sorry, Clara, be my pal and tell me, am I a good man? You did. You gave the order, boss. Give me a coin. We'll toss for it. Heads, the toss says put. Tails, you leave me alone. You betrayed me, betrayed my trust. You betrayed our friendship. You betrayed everything that I've ever stood for. You let me down. Why? Do you think I care for you so low that betraying me would make a difference? Stop it with the eyes. Don't do that with the eyes. How'd you do that anyway? It's like they invite. Cut out the whining while you're at it. We've got work to do. This is it, Clara. One of those moments. The darkest hour. The blackest hour. Chin up. Show us back. Let's see what we're made of. You and I. I hope you enjoyed the tribute. 12 means a lot to me. And for all the other 12 fans out there, if you want to catch the previous tributes, click the link below and that will take you back to my tribute playlist. There'll be more on the way. If you're a fan of the podcast or want to listen to more, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so that you are up to date with all the latest episodes. Plus, if you love this tribute, please give it a like. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening to Thasmin and Djarins. Please get in touch at Thasmin22 on social media. If you love anything I do, please subscribe to the Thasmin and Djarins YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Thasmin